This week's video is sponsored by Everbee. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley, and this is the Lay Spirit Design Studio. So, post Midsummer Scream, I have been trying really hard to get back on track and stay on track, but the post-con feelings are horrendous. Which isn't great because I have 2 more cons coming up 2 weeks apart, and I need to prep for them. But not only that, I won't say inundated, but I am flooded with sticker orders right now. Thank you guys so much for supporting Spooky Stickers, which is my second business if you don't know. We had a lot of recommendations come through after what most of the internet is calling Stickergate, I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm just calling it that. But yeah, a lot of you guys recommended my services of making stickers for other artists to your friends and the general internet, so we have lots and lots of stickers. I've been just swamped, and it's a good thing to be busy, but also like I just kind of want to rot right now. But anyway, there's a big old stack to cut, and there's a big old stack to laminate, and this is literally only what I have printed. Like there's way more at the printer, and then there's more stuff waiting for the next batch to go to the printer. It's a lot. But before I do any of that, I need to clean my sticker cutters, and I don't think I've ever shown myself cleaning my sticker cutters, so let's get those bad boys cleaned up. So obviously when you're cutting a bunch of paper, dust gets everywhere, and I also just have a very dusty house. So there's lots of little things in here, and also, I don't know, if you guys have sticker cutters, maybe you'll know this, but sometimes the rods which the cutting mechanism goes along to precisely do the cuts that it does, sometimes they get kind of junked up, and especially when I'm cutting laminated vinyl, it's pressing so hard that sometimes if there's junk on the rods, it'll skip, and I try to keep them clean as frequently as possible to prevent that, because if one thing skips and I don't catch it, it ruins the entire page. So usually when I do all this, I take an old rag, and depending on what I've done most recently, I will use B12, which is a mechanic tool, I guess. It's fluid. It literally is for cleaning your fuel system, gas tank, intake valves. It's for cars. Obviously, Ryan's a car guy, if you didn't know, and we have this on hand anyways. But I use this to kind of keep things nice and clean and slick and not gummed up, which I know I've always read that do not ever use WD-40 to grease up your sticker machines, because that will gum up over time. But I've noticed that this has not been doing the best job if I use it consistently, so I'm trying to alternate with alcohol as well. So I think what I'm going to do, because I haven't done a good deep clean in a long time, is I'm going to get in here and do a good dusting. I have a little tool. Usually I use canned air, but I bought a little like handheld vacuum thing that kind of will either blow or suck away the dust, depending on which setting I have it on. So let's do that first. I love this tool because on one side it sucks, and all you do is put an attachment. It comes with a bunch of other attachments, but you put this on the other side and it blows, and it's not the most powerful, but it'll do the job. I don't know if you can see in the corners how gunky it looks. This one is not as bad as the other one was, but this one has been squeaking when I cut, and can't have that or I'll go literally insane. I'm just using rubbing alcohol this time because I used B12 I think the time before last, but this just feels like it's getting a lot of the gunkiness. If you do use the B12 though, I will say, be sure you do it in a well-ventilated area, because it's very stinky. So the goal is to slide this across and not hear any squeaking. That's how you know you got it all. So another thing that I haven't done in a while is change out my blades. And I can never quite bring myself to throw them away, so that's why I have a blade graveyard on either side. But these ones I've noticed when I'm doing kiss cut stuff hasn't been cutting through all the way, so I try to always have a spare set of blades on me. I try as often as I can. I feel like not all of these blades are made the same, but I try to change these out at the same time so that they're both the same sharpness, if that makes any sense. But there's definitely been some duds where I have had to change a blade quicker than the other one if they aren't as good. Alright, good to go. And if you guys are wondering what these laminated sheets are, I slide these in here to prevent the mat from bending further down and peeling the stickers off, because as this loses stickiness, it doesn't hold the paper very well, so this just keeps it more flat and prolongs the life of my cutting mats, which I also have a graveyard of. And we're good to get cutting. Okay, we got all of the stickers laminated and most of the unlaminated stickers cut. There's a very small stack here, and I say small even though it looks that thick because it's going fast because they're unlaminated. So I'm gonna stop here for the day and pick up right where we left off tomorrow. I want to first thank you guys real quick for watching all of my videos, and the people who make it through the vlogs. I just cherish you immensely. And I also want to take this time to thank our sponsor this week, Everbee. Most small businesses starting out online will build their shop with Etsy. And if this is something you're considering, or even if you already have an established Etsy shop, Everbee is a must-have to help you grow. Everbee is an extension for Etsy and plugs right into your shop to provide analytics not only on various keywords and niche topics, but for your own shop and listings as well. While you can sign up and use Everbee completely for free, the amount of data and research tools available in the growth plan is invaluable to an Etsy shop owner of any stage. One of my favorite tools is the Etsy calculator, which allows you to input item costs to see what your net profit and percentage of profit margin is per item sale. Even at the free level, Everbee is great for anyone who is researching niches or keywords for their Etsy listings to help give your shop a great head start. Or if you're interested in investing in your own business, like I do, you can join the growth program by clicking the link below. It is an affiliate link, so I'll get a little bit of a kickback. You don't have to use it, but it's a great way to support me in any way that you possibly can. Joining the Everbee growth program is incredible because not only do you get all of the tools that you would get on the free level, you get access to so many more and unlimited searches, and it's just a really great way to give your shop the boost it needs, especially going into Q4, which is the best and most spendy quarter of the shopping year. Today I'm packing up July Patreon rewards. These came out so freaking cute. So my Sticker Club patrons, which is the only physical tier that remained after I restarted my Patreon this year, they get a sticker sheet, usually either an illustrated one like this that's 4x6 in glossy paper, or a deco sticker sheet, which for Patreon, I'm printing them here myself on the polyester. And then they also get a matte laminated vinyl sticker. So this was July, Periwinkle's Forest Adventure, and they're stamped with spooky stickers on the back. So in case any of my patrons are artists, they can use me to make their stickers. But huge shout out to the patrons who stuck around and have joined since I've restarted my Patreon. It's been, you know, I haven't needed it, luckily, because everything else is doing so well, but it was quite jarring to see the number go in half of like the people who have subscribed. And there's never any pressure to subscribe to my Patreon, to stay on my Patreon for any length of time. But huge shout out to those who have stuck around and are part of my sticker club. Good morning, guys. So obviously a very big, very exciting delivery happened last night. I got the second batch of potion shaker keychains, and this is the batch that has all the Kickstarter rewards in it, as well as hopefully all of the keychains that I will need for Hauntmare and for Sack Anime. So, and I did change the size of the narrow bottles again, so let's see how they look. So snug. I don't even know how to get in here without cutting myself. Oh, heavy. pieces. All right, so right off the bat, here are the bigger, excuse you, here are the big keychains. Let me compare them to the others. All right, this is the original 7 centimeter size. That didn't fit everything. Here was edit number 2 of the 10 centimeter. And the Goldilocks 8 centimeter. So in comparison, I think that's gonna work so much better to fit more pieces. I can already tell. And it just doesn't look as stupid next to those, but let me see. All the rest of these are gonna be the 7 centimeters like the originally were supposed to be, but the capacity is gonna be about the same, and you're not gonna tell much of the difference with the 8 centimeter. So, yay, I did it! Now, like before, my mom's coming over later today to help me pack these up. And I don't know if we're gonna get all of them packaged. There's like 400 keychains here. But we're gonna try and make as much progress as we can. Having her help is going to be immense because just the extra set of hands to do the tedious stuff, it really makes a difference. So we're gonna do as much of this as we can. And I'm not gonna do much with the pieces yet because I have to change the menu, the dry erase menus that I made for them for at conventions. And I may have to move around the order that they're in inside the boxes. I don't know yet, but I'm not looking forward to that if I have to because it took so long the first time and I don't want to do it again, but I also don't want to make it super hard to have myself or whoever's helping me at the booth find stuff. So anyways, we're gonna get these packed up. Okay, so my mom and I got all the keychains packaged. So all of these are a mix of some of the potion shaker designs, except for this box. This box is literally all just the starry one because this was the most popular and I ordered the most. We also got a bunch of restocks of the Mothman keychains, the Nightcrawler keychains, and the Cryptid Link keychains packaged up. So all my keychains are packaged and I just have to go through and put the pieces inside of the containers. But this vlog is going on a little bit longer than I anticipated and there's still lots of con crunch to do. So I'm going to end the vlog here and I will see you guys next week in part 2 of the con crunch for Hauntmare and somehow also Sack Anime. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and I will see you in the next one. Bye! And that's why I wish you